And I think you go on about an 18-1 run. What was it that you saw that kind of turned this game?
I just thought we played really hard. It's not always pretty right now as we're trying to figure this out and put the pieces together. But we talked after Wednesday night about raising our standards and expecting a fight. And tonight I thought our guys rose to it and then some in the fight, the combat, the resilience. And there was a lot of pockets of the game where we could have wavered. But we never gave in, and showed that our team's building an identity and making those connections, even if it's not smooth yet.
Steve, obviously Ben had the foul trouble on Wednesday. That wasn't the case. Now you had him do a little bit of everything. Just what'd you make of his performance?
A step up from Ben. From the jump, he was more aggressive. Got in the paint. Every time he gets in the paint, he causes problems. 10 rebounds, 8 assists, a couple blocks. He's starting to show the player he can be, and I think he's still got a ways to go. So, really proud of him. He shook off the first night, and I thought was much more aggressive in an important game for us.
And Joe, 18 minutes. Just what'd you make of his first game in 11 months?
It's great. It's just great to see him out there. He's an important player for us, so the quicker we can get him back up to his best is important for our group. The characteristics he brings as a teammate, but that elite shooting, the fight, physicality he plays with, he's so important. So to just get him out there and kind of, get a game under his belt was really important, let alone giving us depth and ability.
Coach, 2 quick ones. Just talk about Kyrie's fourth quarter, where he just seemed to just make shot after shot for you guys.
Yeah, Kai was, incredible down the stretch, making some big plays for us. We come to, expect that type of shot making from him, but it's not easy, especially 2 games into the year. I'm sure he was really tired, and you're still trying to get your legs, and he made some incredible plays.
And second, I think you touched on the resilience. Fourth quarter, every time you guys hit a shot, they matched with a shot of their own. Just to come out victorious in this game, what does it mean for you guys, given that seesaw?
Yeah, I probably get this wrong, but I felt like it was almost 100 to 88, and before you know it, it was 100 all. And so they went on a big run, and I was trying not to use the timeout and save 2 for the end, but it was dicey for a second. But that's the resilience, that's the fight. And I thought our crowd was incredible tonight. The crowd was really behind the guys. The block was great up there, and when our crowd gives us that energy when we're tired, I think it's really important. It gave us a real home court tonight, and we're grateful.
Steve, could you describe the defense tonight? You guys won that turnover battle, and it was very different from what we saw on Wednesday. How much was that a benefit for you guys that helped fuel you guys to that win?
It was a character win for our guys. We challenged them. We talked about raising our standards, how hard it is to win in this league, especially our group. We got a lot to figure out. We got a lot of guys coming off of surgeries and long absences. Joe and Ben didn't play last season. You go down the line, a lot of these guys have never played together, so it's not going to be pretty, it's not going to be perfect, and we still have to find ways to compete. And so raising our standards of scheme, sticking to our game plan, being able to go to the second, third action offensively, staying disciplined, building those habits, it's so important. And I thought tonight, there was moments where you could see it coming together, but there's also moments where it was just resilience and fight and raising our standards. So really, really proud of the guys for the effort.
Steve, too, that Royce was 1 for 6 before taking that shot, and obviously they were daring him to do it. What does it say about him that in that moment he can step up and do what he did?
He's a total pro. Just even the awareness and intelligence. 10 seconds left, he gives it back to Guy. And then 5 seconds left, he loads up and makes it. This just an intelligent, aware player who, obviously he's been there before, and so he's a great, great addition to our team.
Steve, a lot of Knicks baskets the first few years were, putbacks and dunks, and you've seen him, drive to the basket and ball handle a little more. How much of his injuries and conditioning things the past few years maybe prevented him from getting to that? And what does those moves we've seen kind of add wrinkle-wise to the offense?
Well, it gives us a little bit of a different dimension when he's able to make plays like that. I think that's always been in Nick's game. He played a lot with the ball in college. Having said that, injuries and developing into a man. And, to play at this level is a step. And so, with those injuries, it set him back. But his professionalism this summer, I've talked about before, he was great. He stuck to it. He took a level as a professional. And so you're seeing that now. He's stronger, fitter. And then you can see his skills that he's continuing to develop come out. So he was able to make some great finishes tonight. And his athleticism and activity can be a factor as well.
Hey, Steve, just following up on Alex's question, what do you want to see from Nick next? Because we're seeing those flashes right now.
Yeah, for me, really, I'm not here to say, okay, Nick, now you got to add the step back to your game. I'm more here like, Nick, captain us with coverages, talking out, making sure you know what coverage we're in, making sure you're low man when you need to be, making sure you're protecting the rim. He's a versatile defender, so he's in different coverages at times, and that's a step. If he can, when he's guarding, he's great. If he gets the coverages down time and time again, then he can guard. So it's one of those just development things of him understanding it's not always points and rebounds. I try to tell him, like getting the first switch down, the first low man, the first ice, whatever the coverage is down, that's like a bucket, a block, and a free throw. So him captaining the team in that way, the defensive end, will add to his, impact on the game.
Another Nick question. I mean, he's had his free throw struggles in the past, but a game like tonight, a close game, him down the stretch, still going to the basket, still being physical, looking to draw fouls. What does that say to you about him and his resolve as a player?
Yeah, he's growing. He's growing for sure. The free throw is coming. I know it may not always look like it, but he's worked hard at it and he's improving. But again, just the toughness and resilience to continue to play, to not waver. Not get down and just stay focused. He stays focused, he's going to have a big